A law firm is suing the city of Madison for failing to count dozens of absentee ballots in the November election, what the lawyers are hoping to achieve.
Showers are making it to the ground for parts of southern Wisconsin. When will those showers get other areas in southern Wisconsin? We'll use Future Track to show you when.
And later, call for action, taking action, how you can get help on any and all consumer complaints you might have. And we welcome you to News 3 now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Susan Simon, filling in for Sarah Carlson. She'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, continuing coverage. Now, it's a story we've been following for months. Law Forward has filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of 193 voters whose ballots were not counted in the November 2024 election.
Our Ellie LaLiberte spoke with one of the lawyers today. And Ellie, what does this suit hope to achieve?
Well, Eric, Susan, in short, it's looking for money. This lawsuit claims that these voters should be financially compensated for their constitutional right being violated. Now, the missing ballots would have not changed the outcome of any race, but Law Forward argues that this lawsuit will set an example.
What is the price of a vote? That's the question Law Forward President Jeff Mandel is asking.
If a vote is not counted, if a vote is interfered with, that comes with a cost.
Mandel says the law firm is filing this class action lawsuit against the city on behalf of 193 voters whose absentee ballots went uncounted in the November 2024 election. In March, the firm filed a notice of claim that identified damages at $175,000. But the suit filed Wednesday will have a jury decide that actual dollar amount.
These are people who took the time, made the effort, did everything right, and submitted absentee ballots, and through no fault of their own, the city of Madison failed to count their votes.
Now, the lawsuit's 8 plaintiffs claim officials failed to take action to have their votes counted, citing an investigation from the Wisconsin Elections Commission.
One of the things that I believe in very strongly is the importance of maintaining the integrity of our elections.
The WEC chair, Ann Jacobs, says when some of the missing ballots were discovered, there was still time to have the votes counted. But instead, the former clerk went on vacation the next day.
What we found is that there was no leadership, no urgency, no concern about these ballots being found.
In response, the acting Madison clerk, Michael Haas, says the city is working to rebuild trust with voters, saying, quote, "The city has made significant changes to the way it processes absentee ballots and strengthened its documentation protocols," adding later, quote, "We are confident that what happened in November 2024 will not be repeated."
This is a deeply unfortunate incident, but was a series of compounding errors, and we expect that we will be successful.
Now, Mandel tells me the city will have 45 days to show up and respond to the suit in court, but it could be a year or even longer before we could see this case go to trial.
Ellie, thank you. 2 people are dead in Jefferson County after an SUV crashed into a semi yesterday. The crash happened on County Highway N, just south of Carnes Road in the town of Cold Spring. Deputies learned the semi veered off the road, causing the driver to overcorrect back onto the road, hitting the SUV. Despite life-saving measures, both the driver and the passenger of the SUV died at the scene. The semi-driver was not hurt. The crash is still under investigation.
A Janesville man accused of bringing a North Carolina teenager to Wisconsin to have sex is being indicted by a federal grand jury. Adam Gurney is charged with transporting a minor with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. He faces between 10 years to life in prison if convicted. Janesville police say they began investigating Gurney in early August after receiving a tip from law enforcement down in North Carolina. Police monitored Gurney's home and allegedly saw him and the teen enter a vehicle. Gurney was arrested without incident. The teen released to her father. Well, driver the most of the past few days. A lot of folks hoping we can get some rain. Let's check. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Yes, Eric, a bit dark out here in the paddock because we are getting closer and closer to that sunset being closer to this very time. But to answer your question, yes, rain is making it to the ground for some parts of southern Wisconsin. There we go. Radar 3000 showing the Platteville area getting a shower, and areas west of Madison. That's been the focus the past few days for some of these showers. And on our first run weather cam in Platteville, you can see maybe some raindrops on the lens there, but I'm looking in the background there. What I see is virga. That is rain that's trying to make it to the ground, but some of it is evaporating before it makes it all the way to the ground. Some drops again, southwest Wisconsin, but we're not looking at widespread showers or thunderstorms, at least not tonight. Future Track shows that all dwindling as we head into the later evening hours. But there's more shower and thunderstorm activity in the forecast. Look at Saturday. Good chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms lasting into Sunday. Will it impact the Badger game? I'll let you know when I come back.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, with your help, the Coats for Kids campaign has reached its first milestone. Thank you, everybody. We've collected 1,060 winter coats, and we're not done yet. We're looking to keep up the momentum, and here's how you can help. We're looking for kids' winter coats, jackets, and accessories. You can make donations at any Madison area Clinky Cleaners from now until October 4th. And if you're looking for other ways to help, head to channel3000.com. We have links to our Amazon wish list, the financial donation page, or volunteer sign-up page. Well, if you have a consumer complaint, any possible thing you can imagine, that you're trying to figure out the next step and you're trying to solve, the Madison Call for Action team is here tonight to help.
That's right. Right now, we're holding a telethon taking your consumer complaints live so we can take action on your behalf. Let's go to Michelle Renee Quinn for more on today's event. Michelle Renee?
Eric, Susan, our volunteers are busy right now answering consumer calls, and that telethon is happening right here as we speak. They're live in the building until 7 o'clock, so we've got just an hour left for you to reach out with your consumer problems. Whether you live in Wisconsin, Minnesota, or Illinois, our Call for Action team is here and ready to help. They can help with warranty issues, identity theft, whatever the consumer problem is. They've already saved consumers just like you nearly $82,000, and that was just in the month of August. So we have a bunch of cases and volunteers, and these people are happy to help. And if you can't call today, you can go online to channel3000.com/call for action, and you can call tomorrow at 11 o'clock. That's when our volunteers will be back from 11 to 1 p.m. They're here every single week, volunteering on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, coming up in a little bit, we're going to talk to one of our volunteers and see what exactly kind of cases they've been handling today and what advice they can offer you guys.
Michelle Renee, thank you. The True North Music and Food Festival is coming to the Duck Pond later this month, September 27th. That's a Saturday. The festival features some of Madison's best chefs, restaurants, and finest emerging local and regional music as well. Madison Magazine, a proud sponsor. Tickets can be found at truenorthfest.com. They start at $15, $2 from each ticket sold will benefit Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, DAYS, as well as the Dane County Food Collective. Still ahead at 6, we'll check back in on our Call for Action team on the telethon.
But first, they're one of the most sought-after fish in Wisconsin's waters. How the DNR is making sure the muskie population stays healthy for years to come.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The Wisconsin DNR is boosting the muskie population at 3 Madison lakes with help from Capital City Muskies. The joint effort between the two has been going on since back in the 1980s.
Photojournalist Brian Mesmer went out to the event to find out what makes the state game fish so special in our waters.
So today we're stocking muskies into the Madison chain with the help of the DNR. Today, a total of 2,300. So there's 100 in Wingara, about 1,200 here, and just over 1,000 in Waubesa. It takes the fish about 4 years to get to about 30 inches, and they do grow all the way up over 50. That takes probably about 15 to 17 years. 50-inch muskies have been caught here.
Muskie right there. It's fun, and I get to spend time with my dad and family. So, and the fun and excitement of it is, like, when you catch one and when you get it in the boat, your heart's pumping, and it's really fun.
It's something we enjoy doing together, and he really enjoys catching the bigger fish.
I'm 10 years old, and I've only caught one that was like 24 inches or 25. Yeah, 25. It was very fun.
That's a cool picture.
The excitement of the muskies when they come in behind your lure, sometimes they bite, sometimes they don't, but when they do, it's usually quite a fight on your hands.
My favorite muskie story happened just a couple weeks ago when my son was reeling in a walleye and a ginormous muskie latched onto it. And unfortunately, we caught neither. But that was up in Canada. But that was the most interesting thing that's happened to me in a boat in a long time. They say it's the fish of 10,000 casts. I think it's more than that, but it's a struggle. It's a long day, but it's still fun. The thrill of catching one is really a treat, and it's a story you can tell everybody. I take my 14-year-old son all the time, and he absolutely loves it. He caught one just a couple weeks ago out here, so it's a great sport to get people involved in.
Again, we want to thank Brian Mesmer for shooting this story. Meanwhile, Lakes Mendota and Kegonsa do not receive stocked muskies because they're not managed by the Wisconsin DNR fisheries. If you missed this one, another muskie stocking event is planned for Lake Monona at the Olin Park boat launch, and that'll be on October 23rd.
Still more ahead on News 3 Now at 6.
After the break, we'll check back in on our Call for Action telethon and hear from one of the volunteers about what kind of calls they're taking tonight.
Plus rain on the way. Alex with a complete look at the forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Once again, we are taking action on your behalf today with the Call for Action telethon.
Right now, our Call for Action volunteers are answering your calls and helping you find solutions to your consumer complaints, and they'll do it until 7 o'clock tonight. Our Michelle Renee Quinn is live in the Call for Action studios with a special guest. Michelle Renee?
Just in time. Hey guys, I literally just got Jackie off of the phone because she was working on a case and all of our volunteers were busy. Now, Jackie, the lead Call for Action volunteer, how are you doing? How's the event going so far?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The call volume is blowing our minds.
Yeah, I was here last year. It seems like we've gotten a lot more calls than we have last year. Now, what kind of consumer issues have you been seeing so far?
All kinds of them. All kinds of them. There are some that we're not entering at cases. We're just giving people a resource to call to. We're seeing some things with landlord-tenant, home improvement. I've seen a couple of telecommunication cases, refunds, all kinds of things.
Yeah, so now telecommunication, that's something that you've seen previous cases about, is that right?
Yeah, telecommunications is one area that we see often. Cell phone companies, cable companies, that type of thing.
All right, now is there any general consumer advice that you can give to anybody at home dealing with telecommunication consumer issues?
Just to be persistent. If you're having problems, do let us know. Because we're dealing with these so often, we've got some phone numbers and names of people with different companies that we go to that we can kind of get you help, get you in.
All right, and now we have quite a few volunteers here today. Can you tell me approximately, do we have a number yet of how many calls we think we've received today?
I did a quick count probably an hour ago, and it was about 30.
Okay, so 30 an hour ago, and so I'm assuming we had maybe 30 in that second hour, so about 60 calls so far maybe. We'll double check those numbers, but we've got the volunteers here. We're in the building. That's until 7 p.m. tonight. And if you missed today, you can call for action tomorrow at 11 a.m. because our volunteers will be back until 1 p.m. They're in the building every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1. And you can call for action anytime at 608-270-2833.
All right, Michelle Renee, and also go through the website to do so as well. Keep that in mind. If it's another time and you finally realize you need some help, they can help you. We could see some rain tomorrow and during the Badger game as well. Alex, now with the forecast.
Yes, Eric, if you're heading to the Badger game on Saturday, kickoff at 11 o'clock, you may have to dodge a shower. I think the thunderstorm activity, though, is going to wait till perhaps after the wind. We'll use Future Track to show you just where those showers and those storms are going to line up in just a moment. A couple showers across parts of southwest Wisconsin, but looking at our sky cams, for example, in Platteville at our Queen Bee radio First, we're on weather cam. Some of that rain is not making it all the way to the ground. We call that Virgo, where it's falling, but some of it's evaporating before it makes it all the way to the ground. Future track through the evening hours, keeping all those showers well to the west. Same thing that we've been seeing the past couple of days with these showers and a few rumbles of thunder well west of Madison. But that's going to change. Friday morning, 6 o'clock, a few showers still west of Madison. Trying to get up to Madison as we head towards noon, but much better chances as we head towards right now, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Scattered showers, a couple thunderstorms stretching from the Dells to Madison down to Janesville. This would be wave number one. A few more showers at midnight. Then as we go into Saturday, that's our best chance for showers and thunderstorms throughout the course of the next 7 days. Let's track that together here. As I mentioned, that critical time, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Dry for the most part for southern Wisconsin where we have that kickoff. But once we get a little bit further towards the end of the game, we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms breaking out. So you may want to have that red poncho available for the Badger game if you're heading downtown. Saturday at 6 o'clock, scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms. Moving into the evening hours, we dry out a little bit. And then we repeat this again with the heat of the day. Scattered showers and thunderstorms on Sunday as well. And that will last into Monday with this weather system just kind of meandering around the area. Now we need the drops as well. There's kind of two sides to this coin here. We need the drops for the soil conditions. We have abnormally dry conditions from Darlington to Monroe to Janesville, but some of the farmers commenting on my social media saying, hey, keep the dry stuff because it helps out with the harvest having the dry conditions. So we have two sides here of the equation that I was mentioning, and raindrops, they're in the forecast for those that need the raindrops. Low to mid 60s tonight, raindrop chances best to the west. We'll have a little bit of patchy fog as well to wake up to on Friday morning. Highs getting up to around 80. If we have more in the way of clouds, this is why it's a little bit cooler off towards the north and west. Prairie du Chien, Viroqua up towards Camp Douglas, where scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop first, and then they move east through the rest of the area. Fall starts on Monday. Nothing fall really about it with the temperatures at 77. Average high this time of year is right around 72 degrees and carrying way out. Now we're going to go all the way into early October here. First to let you know, no changes here. Staying warmer than normal for much of the country. In fact, some of the warmest temperatures are going to be in the upper Midwest, including the Madison area. And in terms of rain, we're right on the edge of perhaps getting a few more raindrops as we head towards the end of the month going into October. You'll want to join me tonight at 10. We'll have the latest future track for that Badger game on Saturday. Hopefully we can have that window from 11 o'clock to 2, 3 o'clock stay dry.
That'd be perfect.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Speaking of the Badgers, they're looking to rebound from last week's tough loss down in Tuscaloosa to the Crimson Tide. We'll hear from the players and head coach Luke Fickell as they get ready to open Big Ten play. That's next in sports.
Whatever happened for the Badgers against Alabama last week has been banished to the past because this Saturday, a new season starts. As they begin Big Ten play, a conference slate that they know won't be easy. In fact, one of the most challenging stretches any team will face in the nation this year. But on the flip side, they know if they can take care of business, all of those goals they had at the start of the season are still in front of them.
2-1 right now. There's a lot of teams that are the same way. So just being able to, go execute against Big Ten opponents and, like you said, everything that we want is still in front of us, and it's a mountain to climb, and we just got to take it one game at a time.
There's a lot of ball left. That's something that, Coach Fick talks about, Coach Coop talks about. The league season starts now, and, there's a big mountain to climb, but it's still all in front of us. And individually, as a team, we're looking forward to it.
Where else do we go? Right? I mean, we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
We still don't know if Billy Edwards Jr. will play against his now former team, Maryland, on Saturday, but we do know he's jumping at the opportunity to try and play. He warmed up before last week's game and has been practicing all week. It's a storyline we'll continue to follow, but for now at Camp Randall Stadium, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
Andrew, thank you. And don't forget to watch week 2 of the Wisconsin Huddle. Badgers kicker Nathaniel Vakos, this week's guest, as Wisconsin gets ready for its Big Ten opener against the Terrapins of Maryland. The Huddle airs on Channel 3000, WISC-TV as well tomorrow night, 6:30. Time is running out for our call for action telethon.
Almost just about 35 minutes left. We'll check back in one final time with our Michelle Renee Quinn for the latest. Michelle Renee?
Eric, Susan, there is still time left in the telethon. Our volunteers are still active, and as you can see, they're all on the phone and answering your call. Now, Call for Action, like I said earlier, is a national organization helping consumers all across the country. Now, our Madison location specifically helps consumers like you in Illinois, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So whatever your consumer issue is, whether it's a warranty problem, insurance, car repairs, we have experts in the building here to help. They can offer advice, resources, next steps, and even take your case and act as a mediator to help you solve that problem and return the money that's yours to your pockets. Now, Call for Action volunteers are in the building every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 answering your calls, and you can always submit a form on channel3000.com/call-for-action. But our volunteers will be live today until 7 p.m., so keep those calls coming. You can call at 608-270-2833. Live in Madison, Michelle Renee Quinn.
All right.
All right, Michelle Renee, great job.
Quick final check with Alex.
We saw you out on the patio, and I thought, look at how dark it is out there. The days are getting shorter.
They're getting shorter. Fall's right around the corner, and it starts on Monday. You want to tune in tonight at 10 for the latest future track on shower and thunderstorm chances for Saturday. We'll give you the very latest.
We'll turn the lights on for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Entertainment Tonight's coming up next.
Our next newscast is at 10 o'clock. We hope to see you then. You can find us all the time streaming 24/7. Have a good evening.